there are certain ways of thinking that have become really popular with people who want to seem like high performers. Today, we're diving into these common mindsets that might sound really cool, but are actually holding you back from being your best. First up, the hyper-focused on outcomes mindset. This person loves to tell you how goal-driven they are. We all know that outcomes can be up and down like a roller coaster. When you're driven solely by outcomes, that motivation tends to go up and down as well. Great outcomes make you feel happy, but when things aren't going well, you feel insecure, frustrated, and stressed. The best performers focus on the process. They execute the daily behaviors that lead to success over the long term, regardless of immediate outcomes. Next is the super competitive mindset. People often wear this like a badge of honor. I constantly meet people who tell me how competitive they are, like it's their superpower. But being overly competitive shifts your focus from, am I being the best I can be, to, am I better than someone else? Firstly, you can't control other people's performance. And when we worry about this, when we get caught up in it, it adds just distraction we don't need. And second, just because you're better than someone else doesn't actually mean you've performed at your best, and vice versa. Just because someone is better than you doesn't mean that you didn't perform to your potential. A better focus is on how we're growing and developing our own skills. Lastly, the I'm really tough on myself mindset. People think that beating themselves up shows high standards and expectations. But the research tells us that the opposite mindset is actually better for performance. Paradoxically, athletes who show self-compassion are more likely to learn from their mistakes, move on quickly, and keep persevering. Whereas those who beat themselves up are less likely to keep trying with that same intensity. Now, don't get me wrong, there's people who adopt those unhelpful mindsets that can still be really successful. But I can tell you this, it's really exhausting and it's often unsustainable. Instead, these are the mindsets that we can change. Focus on the process instead of outcomes. Challenge yourself to be your best instead of comparing yourself to others. And show yourself some compassion when things go wrong instead of beating yourself up. Do yourself a favor and challenge the way you're currently thinking.